been good?
Yeah, been really good.
Good.
It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
Welcome to the show. I've got, yeah, my voice is coming back.
Oh, did you lose it?
Well, I was sick Monday and Tuesday of last week.
Behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817.
Right. Hot mics in 5,
Oh, we're really going to do this?
Now
yes,
here's your
yes.
host,
Right now?
Tom Perry.
Yep. Hot mics, hot mic.
Hey, welcome to the show. Hot Mics, Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. That's 713-785-1817. You know, it's fascinating to me, the world of real estate investing. There's so much drama. It really doesn't have to be that much drama. Really, at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is buy some houses. Oh, Ashley's here. Come on in. Ashley, come on in. Come on in.
What's up, Tom?
Hey, grab a chair, and we'll switch over here. So, no, man, you're good. All good. Welcome to the show. Put on your headset right over there. Grab a headset. We don't have time for mic check or anything like that, but they said you were confirmed. Welcome.
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great, man. There you go. Excellent. Let's see. So you're on headset too. So how's he sound, Nikki?
He sounds good.
Excellent. All right. So welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
What time did you wake up this morning?
Oh, about 5 o'clock.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You're an early riser, huh?
I've started doing CrossFit.
Have you really?
Yeah, so I go to work out every morning at 5:30.
Excellent. Wow. So is that you're trimming up?
I'm trying to.
Yeah. So
trying to look like you, Tom.
You flipping tires and doing all that?
You know, they don't have tires there. They have everything but.
Everything but the tires.
Yeah, they got the sleds. They've got the, of course, the jungle gym.
Right.
I mean, it's just what's good about CrossFit is everybody does the same thing.
Absolutely. Nationwide.
Nationwide.
Right.
They all have set programs.
So what was the WOD today?
Today we did muscle mans where you basically do a push-up with bars and then you stroll right, then stroll left, and then do a thruster.
Yeah, wow.
And you do 4 sets of that, and then you follow up with 3 deadlifts. And
Wow.
you do 10 rounds of that.
10 rounds of that.
10 rounds of that.
Yeah, and then you die, and then you take a shower. And
Yeah,
you move
then we did max rep on burpees.
Nice.
Do you know what a burpee is?
I do, yeah. Yeah.
I hate burpees.
Yeah, right. I don't know anybody that loves burpees.
They're terrible things.
Yeah, burpees are you jump down, kick your feet out, do like a push-up, and
Yep.
jump your feet back up to your hands, and then stand back up.
Exactly.
As fast as you can.
And then jump.
Yeah, and then jump, right. Yeah, I forgot the jump part.
Of course, you just have to jump a little bit, but
Right, yeah, exactly. So you're doing that how many days a week now?
probably 4 days.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot.
Well, you know, I mean, after I broke my back, I'm just trying to get back into it.
Right.
So every day I'm getting stronger, so.
Now, exactly what in the breaking of the back, what broke?
I broke 8 vertebrae, the L1, all the way to the lower back. Then I broke 9 ribs and a leg.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So did they fuse any of your vertebrae? No?
No, I didn't have to do surgery.
That's fantastic.
I got fortunate. I mean, just because I was doing CrossFit, so all my muscles basically restricted everything, so nothing really moved out of place.
So you were already doing CrossFit before you had the accident?
I was
Okay.
doing it for about 9 months.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I tried CrossFit for a while, and it was too much for me.
You ought to try to get it back into it.
Yeah, well, I tell you when I stopped is I had a cervical disc replaced. And
really?
yeah, the disc between C6 and C7. I somehow herniated that disc, and I don't know, it wasn't an old football injury or anything like that.
You could have struck me. I mean, you look like a football player now.
Yeah.
Think about it, Tom.
Yeah, sure, right. Yeah, rugby is what I. Anyhow, yeah. So tell us about Patten Law Firm. Y'all been doing title work for forever now, right?
About 17 years.
That's fantastic. And
Yeah, we got 1 office in Houston, 3 offices in Austin, and then we have a Dallas location as well.
And y'all are killing it. I mean, we missed you at dinner on Friday. We got caught up with Eric and Patrick over there, and excited about all the new things that are coming up and how much y'all are growing in the Dallas marketplace. So we have a lot of listeners in Dallas. So if you don't have a title company up in the Dallas marketplace, got to call Patten Law Firm.
Yeah, we'd love to help them.
Yeah, and so what all as a title company, what is it y'all provide for an investor?
Basically, for an investor, we handle 2 parts. 1, we insure the title. We make sure the title's clean. Number 2, we act as a settlement agent. So basically, all the money comes through us, and then we disperse everything. So that way, you don't have to worry about bounce checks. You don't have to worry about not getting something paid off, because obviously sometimes there's errors, but we will take care of it. I mean, you don't like title claims, but sometimes they exist. I mean, about 4% of the closings are title claim related. But when there's a title insurance claim, usually it involves buying the house.
Right. So we just ran into a situation this past week. So we open up title, clear title. We're ready. This is a property we have in a contract. We haven't actually closed on it. And there's two brothers that inherited this piece of property according to the title commitment. We've gotten signatures from both of them. We go change the locks on the property because they'd given us permission to start marketing the property, even before we closed on it. So we're essentially doing like a wholesale deal. In a real estate, we listed on MLS, a real estate agent goes to show the property. Another guy shows up from out of the middle of nowhere, basically, and says, "Hey, I bought this property several years ago for $35,000, and get off my property," essentially. But there's no record anywhere. So tell me a little bit about how the chain of title transfers. If somebody claims to have a property, what legal rights do they have?
Well, if I do a warranty deed to you, if I grant you the property via warranty deed.
In other words, you're the grantor, I'm the grantee. You're giving me the property, okay?
Now, the minute I sign that contract, or the minute I sign the general warranty deed, you own the property. Now, Texas is a race notice state, which means it's a race to get to the courthouse.
Okay.
So you can provide notice.
Right.
So until that warranty deed is recorded in the real property records, it's only effective between you and I. So the grantor and grantee is only effective. So in your situation, perhaps, that guy came by and said, "Hey, I've got the deed from somebody," but if it was never recorded, it's no good.
Okay, so until it gets recorded, it doesn't really count.
That's exactly right.
So, and the way I describe this is that, a lot of times people confuse car titles with deeds for property.
Right.
That if I sign over a title to you, whoever's in possession of the signed title, they're the owner of the property. And then when you go down to the county that you live in and you register that you have that vehicle, you're just putting the county on notice, like where the vehicle is going to reside and all that kind of stuff. But the ownership really rests in the transfer of that piece of paper.
That's correct.
But that's not the way that it works in Texas on a property.
No.
It doesn't actually, ownership doesn't transfer until it's filed with the county.
That's
in
correct.
The county in which the property resides, not the property the county that you live in.
Right.
So he's claiming that he has this deed and all that, and he claims that he bought it from these two brothers that we're buying it from. We asked the two brothers, and guess what? People lie from time to time, so you really never know who to trust, right? Somebody's lying somewhere. So this is really what a title company does. Now,
that's exactly right.
So let's talk about another issue. I got a question yesterday from one of our students that was asking, so we're buying this property for, let's say, $129,000. But we're actually going to put about $110,000 into the property. So the private money lender, wants to be insured for the $230,000, $240,000 he's going to have at risk, the purchase price plus the rehab number. So does the title company insure for the price that is being lent on or for the price that is being purchased?
Well, generally they will do it on the price that's purchased. Now, if you want the extra insurance,
right,
you can modify your title policy.
Okay, so you can ask the title company. This is one of the things that you have to do. So you just who would they ask? Would they ask the escrow officer? Would they ask the president, the owner of the company? Who do they ask?
They should ask the escrow officer. The escrow officer should take care of everything.
Okay. So and then how much is there a limit to how much they can get insurance for?
Well, generally it's the value of the property. And so sometimes underwriters, they get kind of sketchy because obviously they don't want to insure property that's not worth
you don't want to sell a $10,000 piece of property and insure it for $1 million, right? Okay, because then that's too much exposure. It's a little bit like life insurance, and that's the other thing is people don't realize is that title insurance is just another form of insurance, like life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, homeowners insurance. It's another insurance company,
right?
And insurance has been around for years and years and years, and there's all different types of fraud that's taking place in insurance, and they're really good at detecting that kind of stuff, and so they want to reduce the risk, right?
That's exactly right. And one difference about title insurance is the one-time payment.
Right, yeah.
Every other insurance is you have to pay every year.
It'd be like a paid-up life insurance, right?
That's exactly right.
You could have a single pay paid-up life insurance. It would be similar to that. But there's so the risk is that why would somebody want to insure something only worth $10,000 worth $1 million?
Right.
There's a big red flag there. The only reason why you'd want to do that is if you plan on filing a claim, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And so other than that, now, if there's an insurable interest, which is this investor's putting up more money than the purchase price, he's got an insurable interest. That makes sense to the title company. Right? Okay. So, all right. Any strange stories that you've heard in the investor world in the last couple of days?
It amazes me how people still use contract for deeds, bill of sales, or lease with purchase options.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I turn around, people are trying to get more and more creative with it, and they're getting burnt.
Why do you think people are trying to do that?
Because they're trying to lock up properties. They're trying to lock the properties up without doing it correctly.
Okay, so they're not really. So they're not really wanting to put a purchase contract in where like, hey, I want to buy your house for $50,000. I give you the $50,000. Now I own it. Now I do whatever I want to with it. They're trying to not come up with the $50,000, right?
Well, they're trying to basically maintain ownership and still get payments.
Okay.
So any executory contract is any time that the conveyance of title is outside of 6 months, 180 days or more. So in other words, if I send a contract that says, hey, when you make the payments, when you pay me in full,
right,
I'll give you the deed.
Okay.
That's an executory contract. A lease with purchase option. You've got 6 months to you can buy the property for X amount of dollars. That's a lease with purchase option. That's by definition, if it's 180 days or more, by definition, an executory contract. Now, under the real estate property code, if you do an executory contract, you've got to give a myriad of disclosures. Failure to do that is deceptive trade practices. It's fraud. It's if you don't provide an accounting once a year, it could be up $250 a day, so $92,000 a year, just because you entered into either contract for deed, lease with purchase option, or bill of sale.
So I want to get into more detail on just those three topics next time you're in. You're going to be in 2 weeks.
All right.
So let's talk about those exact topics. So thanks for listening, guys. 713-785-1817 is our phone number. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. We've been joined live in the studio with Ashley. We have Ashley Patten Law Firm. Thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, Tom. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, great.
Hey, bye-bye.
Mike's off.
Thanks, Nikki. Appreciate it. All right.
You're welcome.
So, how was dinner? Dinner was amazing. Yeah. I'm sorry I missed it. Our branch manager got sick.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered
Have
through
a
accredited investment.
have a seat right here. We'll switch over to.
You found or inherited a great investment.
You haven't seen our new ability to change our green screen to your.
What to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk.
I know, right?
Exactly why we started
Right.
Next Gen Appraisal.
Yeah, we've got all of our.
As a group of appraisers specializing
And just so you know, we're live on
we
the Book of Faces right now.
aren't just looking for
So
a
put
number
your
of
headset on, and Nikki can do a quick.
comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at
Nikki, Jennifer's here.
Check. Check.
Hey,
Check.
Jennifer.
How's
Hey
she?
there.
Go ahead and talk. I'm sorry.
Hey, Jennifer. Hello. How
All right,
are you?
You sound good. You're good.
Okay,
You're good.
great.
Like a game of chance. You simply don't know
Appraisals,
what
they're
you're going
all
to get.
coming in
The
low.
foundation
Are they?
repair industry as
All
a
of
whole
them.
How come?
doesn't carry a license,
I
nor is it
think
regulated.
it's a seller's
However,
market, and I
Foundation
think
Check
buyers.
utilizes professional
I think
engineers
that
to review
the
all of our files,
values
give
just
you
aren't
the best foundation analysis
catching
in today's
up.
market.
'Kay.
Remember to check
And I
before
think some
every
realtors
repair.
just
Call
they think they can just slap it on the wall and
Oh, yeah.
hope it sticks.
Or you can
And
reach us
Okay.
online
just talk
at
about the importance of meeting the
foundationcheck.com.
appraiser there and maybe
Have
the
you ever
rebuttal
experienced the
process
pain
and how
of
that
trying
works.
to get MLS
and
comps
Got
for
it.
your hot lead? If you've lost deals waiting for MLS comps, you can understand the
That'd be a good
frustration. How much would it
refresher
help you?
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
No longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get
Oh,
you
yeah.
the info
I'm
you
doing
need
really
to
well.
close a deal.
Good.
Yeah.
Propelio
Put-
is a
put your,
brokerage
mic
website
up.
that gives
Yeah.
you instant
There you go.
24/7 access to high equity lead lists and comps with access to a network
Oh,
of the
excuse
top
me.
real estate agents. Get an edge
Yeah,
over
doesn't that
everyone
look
else.
nice?
Look,
Get a
you
free
guys are
7-day
really
trial today
stepping
by
it
going to
up.
Yeah, get your
getMLScomps.com
website
now.
and phone number
That's
up there.
My
getMLScomps.com.
God. Awesome.
Investor loans offering up
Yeah,
to
so we can just
100%
go-
financing are still
So on
available.
Facebook,
You just have
we
to know
can-
where to look.
this is
Look
preview
no
and this is
further than
live
Noble
and-
Mortgage.
It's so
Noble
fine.
Mortgage is a full-service mortgage
Love
company
this.
that's been
Now
helping
we also
investors since
have a
2003.
new video camera
Noble
we're starting to
Mortgage
train.
offers up to
So we've got a
100% financing to
teleprompter
investors
rig
that
set up
covers
there.
purchase,
So when we're doing
repairs,
our training and all that.
closing costs. In addition
guys
to
are
private
really
money,
just-
We're
Noble
getting there.
Mortgage offers conventional
Like,
loans,
exploding.
FHA,
We're getting there.
and
It's awesome.
even
We're getting
no
there.
income documentation
job.
loans for both
Are you going
Very
anywhere
good.
for Labor Day weekend?
and commercial properties. Call
I
and
don't
ask about
know.
our
Okay.
5-point
We might.
guarantee,
We
which
just
includes
we're
free
hosting an exchange
pre-qualifications within
student
2
for
Oh, wow.
10 months. He just
Call
arrived from Denmark on
713-680-8100
Wednesday.
Oh, that's exciting.
or visit
So
noblemoney.com. That's
we probably will go
noblemoney.com.
somewhere, even if it's a
Our
day
team
trip,
has
just
over
to
50
show
years
them
experience in the
something.
mortgage industry.
You know,
Right.
probably maybe
Call us today,
Saturday, Sunday we might, or Sunday. You know, we might go somewhere.
713-680-8100,
Yeah.
Or visit us
I don't
on
know
the
where
web,
yet. Somewhere drivable.
Yeah.
noblemoney.com.
Like the Hill Country or Dallas or something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Probably. How about you guys?
Willow Place Drive, Houston,
Uh,
Texas, 77070.
No,
Nothing.
I'll be in
Are
town.
you looking for an
We
investor-friendly
have a little bit
general
of drama going
contractor
on
for
in the
your
real estate
investment
world.
property?
So
Then call Fast Track
there's
Remodeling
a.
at 832
I can tell you more off air.
9992
Yeah.
or reach us on the web
Yeah.
at fasttrackremodeling.com.
It'll be fun.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in
I love
turnkey
y'all's.
remodeling of
I was just telling
single-family investment
Jason the
properties. Whether it's a
cheeky
flip
marketing
rehab or
about
a
the
rental
the
rehab,
Yeah.
the guy. I
every
mean,
aspect of a
y'all
rehab
stuff
from
is.
start
And
to finish
is that
with
the
a highly
brainchild of
efficient,
some people that you have on
standardized
staff that like
Over
think
the
about
last
this?
6
Not on
kind of
years,
stuff?
staff that
Fast Track
we've
has
outsourced
completed
to.
over 700
They're
projects,
on a national
which has helped us
basis.
to
They're
create
world
our
class.
3 keys
Yeah.
to success.
Well, it sounds like it's worth
Use
it.
a
Yeah.
detailed
Oh, yeah.
scope
Yeah,
of work
love
so
it.
that everything
Yeah,
gets
thanks.
done.
It's
Train
awesome.
and maintain quality crews so it gets
Yeah,
done right. and
there's a
complete the
team
work
of
in a
like
proper
5 of
order
them
so
that
it gets done fast.
they all
No
work
more
together.
managing it
One's a
yourself, no more
specialist
doing
in
the work
ClickFunnels,
yourself.
and others a
Fast Track
specialist in
Remodeling
Facebook
really does
marketing, and
manage it
others
all. So
special
give
in
us a
Google
call
AdWords.
today
I mean, it's
at
just
832
they all work.
742
I'm gonna ask you,
9992.
remind me
Again, that's
offline about,
832 742
hang on.
9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
This is Business 1110.
Call Tom at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live
All
at
right, hot mics in
facebook.com.
5,
Hey, good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Jennifer. 3, 2.
Hey.
You can keep going.
1, hot mic.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817 is our call-in number. Join. Quick change during the break for those of y'all watching on the Book of Faces, rightpathrealestate.com. We've now switched over to the Hernandez team. Jennifer Hernandez live in the studio. If you go to Facebook, you can actually see it's jennifer.legacymutual.com and 713-579-3600.
Yeah.
Those are the best 2 numbers.
That's it.
So we don't have to give it out anymore because it's right.
It's
We'll
right.
still give
It's
it out
right
for the people who are listening
behind
on
me.
terrestrial
It's
radio.
here.
Yeah, you
I love
can
it.
be like a weather person. Yeah, we had another guest earlier, and like, it reminds me of being a weather girl, and I'm like, why wouldn't you have said weatherman? Because it was a guy that was saying this. Like, anyhow, funny things get said on the radio. We just have to laugh and laugh.
What
and
happens in the studio stays in the studio.
Although it doesn't.
Not really, because it's everywhere.
It's on Facebook. We're on terrestrial radio. We're on iTunes. We're on iHeartRadio. Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. We just have
Everything
to
is
laugh.
out there.
It's all
Yeah.
out there, right? So, what's new in the world of retail mortgages?
Well, a hot topic that's coming, or that has been happening is we've been seeing a trend, with our appraisals. They're coming in short. A lot of them.
Okay. So
like
short means underpriced, right?
Underpriced, yeah.
Undervalued,
and
right.
Sometimes it's a few $1,000, which, usually that gets negotiated. We had one, recently, and it was probably in the 056 zip code. It was like 35 grand, but the client, she doesn't care. She's like, yeah, whatever, I'm buying the house.
What price range house is that? I mean,
it was
if you're
like
off on $1 million house.
No, it was 5 something. I mean, it was less than 10%, but 35 grand. I mean, 35 grand even
it's
on
about
500
7% on 500,000, right?
So what we're seeing, I think what's trending, and just remember, I mean, my team closes about 20 loans a month. So obviously we're going to have this happen, right? So, if you do enough transactions, but we just start, we're talking about like some months, it seems like 40-50% of the deals just aren't making it.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot. And so
we haven't had, we've been selling, I think we've got 7 contracted to close this month. And I don't think we've got any of them that are coming in low.
Well, again, it just depends. It depends on who the realtors are.
Right.
And a seller is going to try to get everything that they can.
Absolutely.
But most, a good realtor is going to know when something's not going to come in. And usually they give us a heads up.
Yeah.
Sometimes just make sure, I guess, if you're an owner, if you're an investor, you have someone representing you, make sure that there's comps that are available.
Sure.
Don't put any feeling into it. On the disc profile test, appraisers are a C. They're analyzers.
Right.
And when you go in and we see some of these rebuttals, we're very rebuttal friendly at Legacy. We want to facilitate accurate information getting back and forth. And sometimes there's things that an appraiser might not know. Maybe it was a distressed sale and we don't know it or something, right? So we facilitate information, and just remember, realtor, owner, investor, whoever you are, when you're writing that up, you are calling their baby ugly.
Yeah.
And they're analytical people. They don't talk about feeling. They don't care how something feels. They're just not warm and fuzzy.
Right.
So you have to stick to the facts. You have to stick to the
It's
data.
almost like going to a building engineer, like somebody that has designed the structural safety, of a 100-story building, and you're saying, you know what, I think that might fall over. And they're like, wait, what? I spent weeks and months and years calculating, the weight and the load, and they're kind of like that. They're going to defend it to the hilt, right?
So we actually,
or if they're not, they're going to say, "Hey, show me with facts. Don't give me your opinion, your emotion that you think that I'm wrong. You got to show me the data."
They
right?
shut down, and we get some of these rebuttals back from the realtor because we just say, "Hey, get it to us in writing.
Sure,
put it in an email,
right.
and we will forward it. We'll get it where it needs to go."
Right. Because typically the seller's agent doesn't have direct access to the appraiser, correct?
I mean, they do. They have the number because they also did they did the appointment.
Okay, got it.
However, we need to go through the proper above board channels,
sure.
and we need to have it all in writing, right?
Yeah.
So we don't want them calling them or
right.
nothing. So we put it in,
get
it in
buddy,
writing.
Here's an extra $100. Yeah.
So we get it in writing, and we have had to rewrite. I mean, we have to rewrite 40 to 50% of them because
of grammar and spelling.
They no, because of just attitude,
right.
and it's like, guys, they are people too. If you want to get a good result, you stick to the facts.
Yeah,
stick to the data.
You can't talk about how their mother smells or things like that.
You can't put the emotion into it.
Right.
You just gotta, and we. Obviously, everyone's defending their territory. We get it.
Yeah, sure.
But let's talk, we submit the appraisal. We get the appraisal to everybody. Well, we get it to the buyer, and it's the buyer's choice to get it to the other parties. We don't forward it to the listing agent. We let the buyer do that.
Right.
Because obviously they're trying to renegotiate. And then they can see what comps were used. So I can just, the biggest thing we see is that they don't read the comps, and they'll give us comps that are already in there. And they're like, well, that was already used.
Yeah, right.
So, read the report, have just a very neutral, these are the facts. This is how we got to the value. We used this comp because of this reason.
And we made these adjustments to this comp, either pluses or minuses. Yeah, if you read if anybody's ever read an appraisal, it's very detailed in terms of the square footage of the land and square footage of the house and how many bedrooms and bathrooms, and they do pluses and minuses that they quantify. If you've got an 11,000 square foot lot and the comp that they use has got a 9,000 square foot lot, then they'll give you extra value typically for that. But so you gotta read it if you're going to dispute.
Well, we see that. That's the biggest reason is we see things come back where the agents are they're just huffy puffy, and it comes across in the tone, and that's not
No.
win friends and influence people. You gotta just kind of butter
Dale
it up
Carnegie
a little bit.
was a great guy.
He was a great guy. And then just sticking to the facts and reading the appraisal to know what's in there. And there's comments as to why they used there's comment section.
Right.
And read that. So read an appraisal report. And if you need any brush up on that, there's resources, I'm sure, online and stuff that can, or take a class.
Or actually, we've got a great resource in our radio show sponsors, Michelle Emler with Next Gen.
That would be a great, listen, have her do a class.
Yeah,
that would be a great, honestly,
we've done
that would be a great topic
Yeah.
for one of your,
Yeah,
how to really read, how to appraise a property.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll be on, I think it's on, if it's not today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, she'll either be on Thursday or next Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. She really knows her stuff. And have you met her?
I don't think I have. I'm writing that down. Michelle, right?
Yeah, Michelle Emler with Next Gen. Yeah, her phone number's I can preview that for you without making it go live. 713-346-9911. We'll get
Here we go. We're going to write it down. Okay, guys, any questions for us about appraisals or anything mortgage related? How do they call in?
Yeah, and it's 713-785-1817 is our call-in number. But while we're waiting for folks to call on, I also want to give out y'all's information, jennifer.legacymutual.com, 713-579-3600. And your NMLS number's on there, too. Do you see that?
It has to be. Oh, yeah. Let me move this way.
278-675, legacymutual.com.
Well, that's Legacy's NMLS, and then mine is... Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It has to be on there.
Okay. Well, if we need to change
Marketing.
that, we just need
No, that's good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we did that, logo.
So what are you seeing trends in the marketplace, different price ranges? That's one of the things, because you seem to be on the cutting edge of knowing what's going on the retail level. So is it speeding up and above 500,000? Is it slowing down? Is it?
I see. Well, I mean, the inventory is the days on market is higher above 500 for sure. I mean, we're just still seeing anything 150 to 300 is pretty much
hot
backup contracts
flying off the shelf, right?
Flying off the shelf.
Yeah. It provided that the rehab's been done well and all that. And but you're seeing more retail properties, right? So that you're not necessarily properties that are investor friendly, right?
We're seeing more retail stuff. We've got an investor right now that we've done several properties for, and he's on his 11th one. So we have to go to a different investor. And if you're an investor, this is where the rubber meets the road, and it's difficult to go through a traditional non-hard money lender.
Right.
Is that it came back as a C4, so there's a condition grade C1 through C5.
Okay.
And C4
is kind of like a lot value.
C5 is horrible.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't pass. So a C4 means subject to these repairs, it'll pass.
Right.
And so you look at these pictures. Basically, we're having a big problem with it. It came back as a C4. And then when you look at the pictures, I mean, there's sheetrock missing.
Sure.
There's a hole in the wall. I mean, right.
Smells like money.
But no traditional lender on a long-term loan
on
is
a 30-year fixed.
And so I called the realtor about it, and she said, yeah, I just don't get it. You know, the appraiser didn't do us any favors on those pictures, because I was like, well, you know, the property's not in great condition. She's like, I just don't get that. And I'm thinking, okay, everybody here knows that this property really needs to probably be a hard money loan. I mean, I want the best for my client, but it's really difficult. And there's only a couple of games in town for these kind of loans. I mean, there's not a ton of lenders, and they're more in tune and focused on the appraisal more than anything else.
Right. Yeah. It's a slam dunk. You can get it done in 72 hours with almost any of the hard money lenders in town.
Yeah.
There's some great ones out there.
That might be, that might be what I have to
Noble
refer
Mortgage.
him to.
Have you met Daryl Dyke with Noble?
Yeah. Those guys are great.
Yeah, so they're a radio show sponsor, so I'll mention them here on the radio. But we have lots of other vendors. Come to our event. We've got a free event coming up this Thursday. We're talking about how to raise $1 million. I think that's our topic.
So how to raise $1 million? Like if you're an investor,
correct,
and you want to, because I'm going to repost that on my Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, it'll be Thursday, 7 p.m. at our 11451 Katy Freeway, Suite 360, our new corporate headquarters.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've got nice digs now, right?
It's wonderful.
Yeah, so we take on half a floor of the University of Phoenix Tower. My disclaimer is the University of Phoenix does not endorse Right Path Real Estate Radio or any of our affiliates.
So hey, give us just before we're wrapping up, just give me a call. Anything residential real estate related, long-term loan. If you're an investor, if you're a buyer, if you're a realtor.
We have a question here.
Oh,
Sean
cool.
Altoff, does the appraiser use off-market comps if it's not on the MLS?
They will, as long as they have proof of what it sold for.
Yeah.
So you'd have to provide some bill of sale or however.
Yeah, the problem with it being an off-market comp is that if it's off-market by definition, we're a non-disclosure state. How will they have access to that information?
They have to have the seller or the buyer of that comp has to be willing to give that information. So
have to show the contract.
Yes, you have to show the contract or the closing statement because a contract could have fallen through.
Right.
So if you're able to get that information, I mean, that's what appraisers don't know. That's why they rely on realtors and homeowners to give them accurate data. And so if you know that stuff is out there, make sure it's made available. Leave it at the house in a folder and say, hey, for appraiser, leave them information. They will welcome it and use it if you can prove that that's what the price was for. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part.
But the other thing is, sometimes if there's like a cash transaction, somebody's buying a property for $60,000 or something like that, the question is, would a bank have lent on that? And then they're also going to take into consideration, was it an owner finance deal? All the extenuating circumstances. They're not going to say, hey, this one here sold for $80,000. Here's the proof from the HUD settlement statement, all that. They're going to want to know what's the rest of the story, right? They've got to...
The appraiser needs to know because he can write that in the commentary in his report.
Correct.
Yeah. So intel. We need intel. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because here's the bottom line: is we don't want mortgage companies making bad loans. That's bad for everybody if they do it on a large scale, right? So
we want to make good loans with accurate data that truly reflects the market. And so, based on what I started talking about in the beginning, is we definitely have a push and a pull.
Yeah.
Where there's not enough factual data to support some of these prices. And yes, I get it. The price is for whatever the buyer is willing to pay. That's totally true.
Yeah. And if you're paying cash, that's true.
But when
you're using somebody else's money, that's not necessarily true.
We have to have factual data to support it. And if not, we will have some people like my client that paid $35,000 over. She's now the best new comp in the neighborhood, or will be when she closes. So it takes some people paying over and above. So if you have a property listed and you know that the price is over what can be factually proven, get the agreement up front from the buyer.
Yeah, that's the time to negotiate
it. When it doesn't come out, are you because I got backup contracts. Are you guys going to pay the difference? And we've seen that,
Yeah, the time to negotiate is on the front end. Right?
I mean, if it's going to come in or not. Just go to the factual and just know that there's no adjustments on appraisal for how you feel about the property.
Right.
Feeling doesn't have.
What'd you say, Nikki?
An adjustment.
We got to go to break.
All right, got to go. All right, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. All right, thanks a lot. All right,
talk to you soon.
Bye.
Mike's off.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase.
Well,
Give us a call today.
It's interesting because I want to visit with each person between, but it's like it's a tight transition. It's like it's like I can't. We got like 3 minutes, and we got to do mic check and change our backgrounds.
Checking 1 2 3. Checking 1 2 3.
There we go.
We can't wait to consult with you soon.
And we made an adjustment up here. We got your domain name up at the top. See, put it right up there.
Oh, that's good. I like it.
Yeah.
So, you know anything about pool bonding?
Pool bonding?
Like the cover bonding the pool cover to the ground or anything?
Nope.
Okay. I'll figure it out.
You have a swimming pool you're trying to...
No, my friend has a swimming pool or a house that they're trying to buy. I'm hoping to buy. And they have a pool cover, but it's just not grounded.
Okay.
So, and I just getting like different opinions on how to ground. Like someone like saying that you really gotta braid it or something to ground it. And someone's like, no, you just connect, just put a rod into the ground and ground it. But I don't know.
I have no idea. I'd probably call a pool company.
Well,
probably deal with that a lot.
Yeah, so I called two.
Yeah,
but just
two
like
different opinions.
Yeah, two different opinions.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to talk to the guy that answers the phone. I'd want to get to the owner, the guy that actually. Or I wonder if there's a code at the city of Houston related to that. Like I wonder if you'd probably have to pull permits when you're building a pool, and there's probably some kind of city building code as it relates to that.
Right. You're right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty big.
Yeah,
it covers their whole backyard.
No, I
so.
get it. Right.
Huh. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
They know what you need and when you need it.
Because if you don't have a cover, water is not a very good conductor of electricity. Electricity doesn't travel through water very well.
Okay.
Yeah. It's considered a very poor conductor of electricity.
Yeah.
That's the reason why, there's lightning strikes happening somewhere in the world, in the ocean, all the time, right? But you're not on a beach in Galveston and going, oh shit, I just got zapped from lightning, in the south of France.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't conduct very well.
Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
So I think the pool kind of grounds itself, but
now that we put a metal structure over it,
yeah,
it's kind of the issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if it would work just like you ground the house, because to ground a house you got to stick a rod 4 foot is the standard.
Right.
Because That's the code, is a 4-foot rod into the ground. So
yeah, that's what one guy said. He just made it sound real easy, like, oh, you just put the 4-foot rod and you connect it to the structure. But another one was like, no, you got to braid the structure itself. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So what else is going on?
Just staying busy. You know, we've got a weekend retreat coming up next weekend. We've been teaching a lot of classes. We went 18 days straight on working, and then
10 seconds.
and then last Friday was our first day off a week ago Friday. Had a nice weekend off this past weekend. Celebrated my dad's 75th birthday this past weekend, and he jumped out of a perfectly good airplane and broke his ankle on the landing. Broke his tibia and his tibia. Got a double break.
He has one skydiving.
Yeah.
Right,
We didn't. Only he went.
Oh, he went.
Yeah.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're done. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio. Welcome back. 713-785-1817. Did a quick change during the break. For those of y'all that are on the Book of Faces, y'all got a chance to see all of that. Joined with Jerry Ta. He's with Property Care. And on our new Book of Faces with our green screen, we've got your logo, and we've got propertycarehouston.com, 713-489-7653. All that's good information, right?
That's correct.
Okay, cool. We're proofing it here live on the air.
No, it looks good. It's spelled correctly.
Yeah, propertycarehouston.com.
Phone number's correct, too, so we're good to go.
Awesome. So you do property management to help turn single-family investing into a truly passive investment. Because if you're not outsourcing property management, I promise you, it's not passive until you get to like 400 houses, and even then, it's not passive because you're managing the people that are managing your properties, right?
Right.
Yeah. So with you guys, we don't have to manage you because y'all are really good at managing yourselves.
Well, that's the idea, at least. You know, I mean, sometimes we'll get treated like employees.
How's that go? How's that go over?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, we gotta do what's right. And you know, right may have some different opinions amongst different people, but you know, you
want to do what's right for the investor, and you also want to do what's right for the tenant, right?
Right.
And you got to do what's right for the property management company because y'all are not a volunteer army, right?
Right.
Y'all need to make a profit at this.
We're not slumlords. We're not trying to be slumlords. We want to offer a good functional product, good functional clean product to tenants, and provide a good return on investment for owners. That's our goal.
What do you see? Do you monitor returns on investment of different owners and things like that? Are you able to see what the trend is right now? I mean, so if I'm in the oil and gas business right now, and if you were talking to a guy that's always kind of dreamed or thought about doing real estate investing kind of as a side gig, if you will, take his money out of the stock market, take all that risk and exposure away. And a lot of times people think that real estate is risky. I can lose all my money. I mean, the chances of you've seen in the stock market, people you can lose all your money.
You can lose all your money. I've done that before.
Yeah.
When you invest in Washington Mutual and Wachovia, and then they go away, you lose all your money.
Yeah. Essentially, apparently you could do that if you own General Motors as well, although it didn't work out that way because they were so big, they were too big to fail, I guess.
Right.
Bondholders got wiped out, but stockholders.
But no, I mean, real estate, it's a tangible asset. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can even smell it, if it stinks enough. So
yeah.
So usually
real estate does sometimes have a particular odor.
So I want to say you can't zero out. There's always some value, at least with the land. You can never get rid of land in theory, right? So there's always some value,
right,
with the land. So I always think that it's probably a little bit safer investment than something that's not tangible at all,
especially at the discount. So what would you say would be a safe return based on investors that you've seen? Is that 4%? Is that 8%? Is that 12%? 16? I'm going to multiples of 4 here. 20, 24, 28, 32. Stop me when I get close. 36.
I really haven't focused too much.
Okay.
On what owners' returns are because it's really a function of their
how much money they've got out of pocket in the deal and their ability to market and sell. Right.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But what I have seen is that properties are getting more difficult to actually get a return on.
Okay.
From what I've seen, meaning certain costs have gone higher. Property taxes have gone higher.
Sure.
Home prices have gone higher.
Right.
So now your mortgage is higher.
Right.
Too at the same time. So your return is getting smaller and smaller, and some just don't even make sense.
Yeah.
Unless you're putting more cash into it.
What's one of the most expensive houses that y'all currently manage in terms of the retail price of the property? Any idea?
The highest right now is probably right around 500,000.
So y'all are managing a $500,000 house, and it rents for how much?
3,500.
Yeah. See, to me that just doesn't make sense.
Well, in those are situations where they got a job somewhere else.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
And they
want to keep the house because they may be coming back. They don't know how long the job someplace else is going to last.
Right.
They had to move to Dallas or New York or wherever, right?
Right.
Miami or hopefully someplace fun.
And then in case
Not
one day they come back and they want to move back into the same house that they were before. And I've seen it in situations where it really doesn't even make sense for them to sell because they just bought it last year.
Right.
And
they're
now
going to take a bath.
Yeah, they're going to take a bath on trying to sell it. So I've seen those situations where it's like, well, I'm going to eat so much cost if I sell it now, but let's just try to rent it out.
Better to eat $1,000 a month slowly over time, bleed out slowly, as opposed to just ending it quickly and eating $75,000 tomorrow.
I'll tell you, the most expensive house that I ever gone to potentially manage was $1.6 million.
Okay,
over off of Fry Road in I don't know what that neighborhood's called. It was really close to the Cinco Ranch. Kickarolo builds it.
Kellywood, one of those.
Yeah, there you go, Kellywood. There you go.
Yeah.
And this guy was a big time engineer for BP. Had spent the last 5 years in England or whatever.
Sure. Someplace overseas, right?
Came back and hey, you're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah.
So bought a $1.6 million house, and next thing you know, he was moving to Barbados.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And he wanted to keep the house.
Right.
He just bought it. Doesn't make sense to sell it.
Literally just 2 months earlier, he had just gotten the house.
Geez.
And I'm sure they're going to take care of it.
Yeah, they're going to make it worth his while and all that kind of stuff, right? Otherwise, because he doesn't have to. No, he doesn't have to take the promotion or whatever it is, right?
Right.
Yeah. And then, so what were y'all talking about in terms of rental rates?
I mean, that one was going for I think $10,000
at
a minimum a month, and I don't think at that point he would have.
Cash flowed, right?
Yeah, cash flowed.
Still not going to get, because taxes alone probably run $10,000 a month.
And the craziest part was that there was only one other rental in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I mean, you'd be surprised that you'd think that whoever rents out a $10,000 house a month would take care of the property.
No,
that wasn't the case.
No,
for the other house in the neighborhood.
No, I wouldn't. I'd never make those kind of assumptions. I've been doing real estate too long to make those kind of assumptions.
Right.
Yeah, and also, my undergrad's in psychology with a minor in business, and I know. Yeah, I can never make those assumptions that just because people have money that they know what to do with it. Because we've walked too many houses. I mean, the house that Jason lives in now. I mean, if you'd have seen that house in a neighborhood where it is in Sugar Land and all that, and the price range that it's in, I mean, there are hoarder houses in every price range. I mean, there really are. There's people that don't take care of their house in every single price range. So yeah. Well, let me check the Book of Faces. Jennifer says, "Hey, Jerry, can you tell me how the eviction works for a Section 8 tenant? City is done messing with this tenant. We'll be putting it under contract soon. They told her she's out at the end of September, so just need to know, what will I need to do, if anything?"
The eviction process for a Section 8 tenant is no different than the eviction process for a regular tenant, unless we've come to situations where I've seen an owner where the Section 8 has come out, done inspection, failed inspection, so they stopped paying their voucher. And when you try to go to court, well, it was an owner required repair,
right?
And the owner didn't take care of it,
right?
That at that point you probably lose if the tenant shows up and points out, here's the letter, they didn't take care of these issues, that's why my voucher was stopped being paid,
right?
But as far as if they don't pay their portion,
the city, what she's basically describing is that the city's done messing with the tenant, not that the city's done messing with the landlord, or that the tenant's done messing. So it just works just like a traditional eviction. Go down to the local JP court, and the thing I love about JP courts in the state of Texas, they're at the county level, right? So there's, and then within a county like Harris County, some counties, smaller counties, they may only have just the one JP guy for the whole county, but in a county the size of Harris, then there's several precincts. So within each precinct, there's a JP court,
right?
And so that attorney that JP, the Justice of the Peace, it's an elected position. They get to run as either. And I'm trying to remember if it's political or not. If it's Democrat versus Republican, or if it's more like city council where it's it's like supposed to be apolitical.
Right. Like there's no such thing anymore. I guess
like the city mayor doesn't run as a Republican or a Democrat. Democrat. There's no political affiliations there. It's just it's a free for all. I don't know if you knew that or not,
minutes.
but anyhow. So within the JP world, these judges or justices of the peace are not required to be attorneys.
They're not.
Yeah, they're the only people that can sit on the bench in the state of Texas that aren't required to be attorneys.
Right. And then to answer, continue on the question is that if you're going to eviction for the first time, to this court, I recommend if you're doing it yourself, sit in the front row, listen to what the judge is asking or the JP judge is asking. I know Clay and Highway 6, they actually give you a script now.
Right.
Like just go down the script.
Yep.
That's the only one I know that does it. But there's certain questions. So as long as you're evicting them for non-payment of rent.
Yeah.
And it's real quick and easy.
Yeah.
Usually.
Well, a lot of times tenants think that, they've got a reason why they haven't paid the rent and that's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what I found is, because like Jason normally does our evictions until we turned all of our property management over to you guys. And then, he batted 1,000. And he said it's always kind of interesting that the JP is very patient and listens to the tenants, reasons and all that. And he said, bottom line is, you realize that this landlord of yours, he's got a mortgage and he's got to pay that no matter what your excuse is. And so, no pay, no stay is basically the attitude of all the JPs. No pay, no stay.
Yeah, I always love it when, they complain about repairs, whatever. And then the judge is like, well, you can file your own lawsuit and you can have your own day in court.
Right, but this is his day in court as it relates to you not paying rent. Right. That's a totally separate issue there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to mix it all together, like in their own sense of fairness and all that. But that's fortunately, that's not the way our legal system works.
Just want to throw a disclaimer. We're not offering any kind of legal services whatsoever.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm not an attorney. We don't play one on TV or anything like that. Yeah. So, all right. So you've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Been joined live in the studio with Jerry Ta. He's with Property Care. It's propertycarehouston.com, 713-489-7653. Flat rate, $85 a month, right?
Yes, that's correct.
That's one of the best deals in town.
I think so.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good day.
Yeah.
Mike's off.
Thank you. Hey, Jennifer.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you.
All right, we got
Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts.
15 seconds.
15 seconds. What?
281-569.
I got to go to the restroom.
That's
just kidding.
No, sir.
4353.
Ginger, hopefully that answered your question.
BrokerCom.
This is Business 1110.
Call Tom at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at Facebook.
All right. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. Only have a few minutes left in the show. I don't know why I have an X, right? Oh, okay, well, anyhow. I'm looking at the screen, learning all kinds of new things. And Andy Helms has been doing a ton of crazy stuff to to help us out in terms of backgrounds and green screen and all that. So, hey guys, here's what I got to tell you is, if you don't have a plan to retire the next 10 years, but you want one, do you realize that you're only 10 years away from when you start being able to retire? Because imagine this. Imagine if you had $25,000 in savings right now. That's enough to buy one rental house. And if you bought one rental house for the next 10 years, you could get about $5,000 a month. Excuse me. $500 a month coming in terms of positive cash flow. Imagine if you had $5,000 a month in passive income tax-free. Wouldn't you be able to retire at that point? And if you did that over the next 20 years, just bought one house a year for the next 20 years, you'd have 20 houses. And imagine the houses that you bought in the very beginning, if you put them on 15-year notes, might reduce your cash flow a little bit, but you start paying those houses down. Imagine if you had 20 paid-for houses, bringing in $1,000 a month, you'd have $20,000 a month passively coming in. And you say, but Tom, I haven't saved up $25,000 to buy my first house. Well, we can show you how to wholesale, or we can show you how to flip. There's a lot of groups out in town that show you how to wholesale. The problem with wholesaling, you have to execute better than anybody else when it comes to marketing and sales. I think it's easier to start out in flipping. But Tom, I don't have the money to flip a house. You know, it's something that we hear a lot. And there's plenty of money in our network. If you find the deal, but Tom, I don't know how to find the deal. We show you how to find the deals. There are more than enough deals out there. We have students who come to our weekend retreats. We have students who come to our free events. Our next free event is going to be this Thursday at 6 p.m. 11451 Katy Freeway, 6 p.m., 11451 Katy Freeway, Suite 360. Come on up to the third floor. It is free to come in. I promise I won't change that between now and the time that the event comes around. Well, one of the things we would like you to do, though, is you need to register for the event so that we know that you're coming. So we have the right amount of food and drinks. So go to rightpathrealestate.com, register for the free event. If you're not on a plan or a path to retirement, if you're not on a plan or path to a better future, if you're not on a plan or a path to build your dream, then you're building a path or a plan for somebody else's dream. You know, you're always a part of someone's dream. Is it your own or someone else's? Now, I realize that self-employment is not for everybody. It's, in fact, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. But imagine, what if you could do this part-time and build a full-time income replacing, then you have some choices. I mean, what would it be like to be able to go to work on a daily basis and you didn't have to go to work? You were doing it because you loved what you were doing. Would that give you some freedom and some choices to be able to decide what you do on a daily basis? Hey, you've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Jason and I will both be in the studio tomorrow. It is the Jason and Tom show tomorrow. It's Wednesday. Go to rightpathrealestate.com. Follow us on the Book of Faces. Enjoy the show, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
All right, Tom, have a good day.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.